I'm sure glad we're going to a facility, but did we get the deluxe version today? What do we have, a 1975 Pinto, the biggest they got here, or what?
We're being good stewards today.
I guess so. But you know what? That orientation, if I see one more video on drugs, I'm going to start taking drugs. But again, I'm excited to visit one of our communities. When we get there, will you tell me the names of some of the services so when we take the tour, I'll know what we're talking about?
All right, but you know, strange as it may seem, they use very peculiar names there, acronyms like SOP and RNA. Now at this community, we're going to see a DON using a DLN. We're going to see a DOM at a SNF, OT, PT, ST, and AL, and you can call CFS for solutions.
That's what I want. I want solutions.
Well, I'm telling you, CFS will get you the solutions. It's OT, PT, and ST that are all housed in a SNF, but are often used for SAC patients, which we are now referring to as rehab therapy. But also, it can be used for residents needing.
Hey, so sometimes the patients have sort of sniffling, smelling problems, and they need overtime care or part-time care, but they also have a SAC?
No. OT, PT, in a SNF or a SAC.
That's what I said, but never mind. What about this fellow named Don using some DLN?
Well, yes, what about the DON?
Why do you keep spelling out words? What if I called you Bud, like you call poor Don DON?
But it's called a DON. Well, although sometimes it could be called a DNS.
That's not, what kind of name is that? And why would Don have that for a nickname?
Who?
The DNS, not the DON.
Well, forget about that for now. Let's talk about the MD that you'll meet.
Well, now I know what you're talking about. I see my MD every year for my annual checkup.
Well, sort of, but this MD could be an MD, or she could be a DO. It really depends where she went to medical school.
So all MDs aren't MDs?
Well, forget it. I need to tell you about the next facility that we're going to visit. It's a HUD.
Huh?
No HUD.
I need to hear about some people and places with real names. Now back to the SNF. What are some of the names the folks will see there?
Well, I can't tell you. That'd be against HIPAA.
I've had about enough of this. What does a hippo have to do with anything?
HIPAA.
Hippo, tomato, DNS, DON, potato, patata.
Well, HIPAA really applies to all sorts of our facilities, from a SNF to an AL to an HCBS. Why, it even applies to NC staff.
Are we going to visit a nursing home today?
Well, here, Lou, take the wheel.
Okay.
You might find this helpful.
What is it?
Well, it's a new manual.
Take the wheel back.
It's a new manual from Legal, Audit, and Compliance, or LAC. It's called the GSS Acronym Manual. It contains a listing of all approved GSS acronyms. And there's also a listing of acronyms that can't be used. A new SME was hired to draft it. RMC and EMC just approved it. So as soon as it gets an STR number, it'll be distributed to every FTE in the GSS ASAP.
Well, I always wondered what legal does. Now I know they lack. But are we visiting a nursing home today?
SNF.
Would you get a tissue already?
Didn't your RD brief you on this trip?
Resource development?
No, regional director.
Who works here?
PTs and OT, RTs, STs, RNs, LPNs, CNAs, CNAs.
I'm going to need you to make this real simple for me. No letters, only words.
Well, Lou, what exactly do you want to know?
Okay, let's say I drive into campus. What's the first thing I see?
Well, the ELGSS sign, of course.
Oh, maybe what you need is an EAP.